Hey up lads and lasses, Danfire here, back again with another review for you guys today. Today we are looking at 2112 Tower Defense Survival. Build, upgrade and defend in this action-packed tower defense. Get ready for the ultimate tower defense onslaught. Build, deploy, research and upgrade your defense in this epic sci-fi adventure. Set 100 years in the future, battle interdimensional flesh spawn across the solar system and defend Earth's colonies from complete annihilation. The pace is steady, but the stakes are high as the relentless horde amass in an effort to overrun your mobile command center. Unlike traditional tower defense games, you will be relying heavily on micromanaging dynamic action-based abilities. As you progress deeper into the campaign, airstrikes, charged attacks, fortification walls, and the tactical drone will become increasingly vital, and deploying them strategically will be paramount. Mistakes won't go unpunished, so stay frosty, learn from your blunders, and endure to fight another day. Without pain, there can be no gain. So guys, I've got a bit of a confession. I love tower defense games. I don't know why, I think I picked them up during StarCraft 1 in the arcade and stuff like that, and yeah, I've been playing them ever since. This one's especially decent. It's a premium game as well, so there's no ads or anything like that, and for the low price of £1.98, you get quite a good tower defense game anyway, considering the other offerings at the moment. The art style is absolutely badass. I love the art style in this game. It's paying homage to Command & Conquer from way back in the day. Even the music and the sounds pay homage to it. The music's got this very gent-like heavy metal score going on. The sounds are great. The animations are great as well. When you drop your towers in, a ship comes in and drops the tower onto the platform that you're placing it on. It reminds me of the Orca and everything. So yeah, for nostalgia-wise, definitely a big up from me, just because it does remind me a lot of Command & Conquer, and that was one of the first games I ever played way back in the day, in 95 or 96, somewhere like that. So, long time ago, and it was a lot of fun, and again, I love the style. Might not be for everybody, especially maybe a younger audience might not get that nostalgia feel if they've never played Command & Conquer, but anyone who's played any of those type of games from back in the day will appreciate the graphic style. Just a quick touch on sound, again, great metal score going throughout. It's nice, chilled and peaceful while you're first setting up your towers, but as soon as the enemy comes in, that nice grunty gent guitar drops in and it just sounds epic. Let's have a quick listen now.
A new turret is operational. A new turret is operational. Turret activated.
Cargo ship has arrived.
Targets entering visual range. A turret has been activated.
The weapon sounds are really good as well, the explosions, everything. Again, even the sound design in this game pays homage to Command & Conquer, with explosions even sounding similar to what you would have when missiles are hitting and stuff like that from CNC, so really cool. Again, adds to that nostalgia feel. The UI is nice and clean as well, very simple to read, understand, see what's going on. There are a total of, I believe, 12 missions, each with varying difficulty. As they increase, you get different paths that the enemy can take. Some of these paths can be blocked off with an ability where you bring up a wall occasionally. These are on set locations, so you don't have to pay for them or anything like that. You just turn them on every now and then. Once they get destroyed, they'll go on a cooldown and you can bring them back up later in waves. It's a nice little feature if you're having struggling from a single direction. You might want to block off one of the other directions. There is difficulties on normal, hard, and an endless mode on each of the maps with the leaderboards for points, so if you're a bit competitive you can try and get your high score up there, which is quite cool. And there is experience and stuff like that, so as you progress through the game, getting more experience on your commander, you unlock the ability to get more research. This research is for each of the 4 weapon types. So there are 4 weapon types in total: a machine gun, a flamer, an artillery cannon, and a plasma weapon of some description. Each of these can have their own research tree, and each of those also have 2 experimental versions of the weapon. For example, without giving too much away, because you might want to try and play this yourself and find them, the machine gun is a pretty standard machine gun, but it upgrades to have a rocket pod on it, which is pretty badass. It just starts shooting rockets out every now and then. And a Gatling version, which loses its anti-air capabilities, but pumps out a lot of DPS. All the turrets at that advanced stage have their own abilities with a cooldown. These abilities can range from penetrating shots for a period of time to firing missile salvos out, etc, etc. The upgrades are quite interesting. There's everything from increasing the range, damage, and the cost, or decreasing the cost, sorry, which is quite nice. And again, like I said, they each have their own upgrade path. Your command center also has its own upgrade path for its 3 abilities. Each of these abilities are quite unique and interesting. You have a drone that comes in that'll provide damage increases to a turret that it's sat on, as well as being able to shield your command center and also fire a salvo of missiles within a period of time. You have a pop-up gun that's quite pretty simple. It pops up a gun on top of your command center that stays there permanently and just shoots stuff. And there is the airstrike, and this can have increased damage to more bombers and those sort of things. There is a full database within the game, and that goes through all of your weapons and what they can do, what they're good against, quite useful. Also, the monsters are in there as well, so if you're struggling on certain waves, you can go take a look, have a look what the monsters are weak against, and then specifically try and design your next go on that map to counter that wave maybe, or increase your chances of being able to beat that wave. This game is very difficult. It starts off quite easily, but it ramps very rapidly. You do need to go back sometimes to the earlier levels, maybe grind a bit of XP, get a bit higher, get some of that research going. But that makes the replayability just better in general, especially with the increased difficulties and an endless mode within the game as well. The general gameplay starts off pretty standard for a tower defense game. You start off with building your usual turrets, etc., just blocking off waves, but later on when you start getting the experimental turrets and you have these advanced abilities that are on cooldowns, you need to start working a little bit more micro-intensive compared to most tower defense games. Using these abilities at the correct time is really, really important. Not only just the airstrike from the command center, but the abilities that the advanced weapons have as well. It's really quite cool. Definitely changes up the pace considerably compared to other tower defense games later on. I only have one major gripe with this game at the moment, and that's due to the fact that it has no cloud save. So I've been playing obviously on my mobile phone considerably longer than I have been on the PC. I loaded it up into BlueStacks to play this, to give you guys a review, and obviously had to restart completely from scratch. There was no way to link my account or anything like that from Google Play, but it is what it is. It just means I get to play twice, which is in itself quite a good thing, because I do enjoy this game type very much, and this is specifically a very good example of the tower defense genre. The enemies range from the typical swarm units, which you might need flamers to take out, to big, massive units that have a lot of HP, and you need your high damage abilities and weapons out before they appear to deal with them. There are also what seemingly are like boss waves occasionally, and they are pretty epic looking. They're huge in comparison to even the biggest enemy units I've seen so far within the game, and they do provide a considerable challenge to take down. I currently have about 12 hours into the game on mobile, so yeah, considering it's £2 and I got 12 hours out of it so far, and I'm still playing it, still enjoying it, it's quite impressive considering the cost. The benefit is it is also a premium game, so once you purchase it, there are no ads or in-app purchases or anything like that. Makes it really quite nice. I can't stand having microtransactions in games, even if they are mobile, but this is a breath of fresh air again from the premium game genres. So to summarize, great music, Great graphics if you're into that nostalgic Command & Conquer feel, and really good gameplay. Interesting take on the tower defense with a micro-oriented towards the end of it, and your standard tower defense towards the start while you're building up your turrets. Again, my only gripe without the cloud save, but that's neither here nor there for me. But yeah, really enjoy it. If you're a fan of the tower defense style, I definitely recommend trying to pick it up. You can quite easily get your money's worth without too much of an issue at all at only £2, and no ads, etc. It just makes it that little bit better. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It helps me out, helps the channel out, and I'll catch you guys next time.